Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast. My name is Henry. I'm so excited to have each and every one of you here today because in this episode, we're going to talk about a state of being. If you want to be in that positive energy, if you want to see it in your life, this is the episode for you. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say this word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive state. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So I want to start this episode with a saying, and this is really powerful because I've seen this, and this might even be you. But it's about, what do you want for self? What is your desire? What are you chasing? How do you want to be? And it's so important to know this because if you don't know it, you don't know where you're going to end up. You're going to end up lost or confused or get what you think you wanted and still feel empty within. That's why it's so important. So I was having a conversation with a client and this is what came up. This is what I realized, and I want you to take this statement. It's, I'd rather be fulfilled on the inside while surrounded by the storm than fulfilled with the storm and surrounded by fulfillment. So again, it's, I'd rather be fulfilled on the inside while surrounded by the storm than be surrounded by fulfillment and have the storm within me. You see, the world is not as it is as you are. So it doesn't matter what's going on externally. It matters what's going on internally. Your perception is your reception. Well, the number one thing you perceive is your internal state. You know how you're doing. You know if you're feeling good. You know if you're feeling bad. You know if you're feeling high. You know you're feeling low. If you're feeling mad, sad. You know that feeling first before you witness anything in the world. It becomes the filter in which you perceive and receive. The world is not as it is because the world is not just one thing. It's not one clear-cut experience. It's different. It's molded. It's abundant. So it can't just be one thing to all people. Even the same event can't be one thing to all people. It is as they are. So if you start chasing these things externally that you think will fix you, whether that's more money, a different living situation, a different job, all those things, while they may provide an outlet, they may be part of your journey. If you bring you there, you will have the same problems. Remember, your perception is your reception. You perceive yourself first. So as you see yourself, you will perceive the world and you will receive the world. So if you're fulfilled on the inside, even if you're in the storm, the messiest of storms, your perception will still align with how you are. So it will still see what is within you in the storm, and that's what you'll pull in. So if there is only one silver lining, if there is only one beautiful thing, if there is only one healing thing in the situation, then that's what you'll pull from it. That's what you'll feel from it. That's what you'll remember from it. That's what you'll talk about from it. That's what you'll expand from it. But if the storm is within you, the pain, the hurt, the trauma, the chaos, all that, if it's what's within you, if that's your internal state, the loss, all of that, it doesn't matter how much fulfillment you have on the other side, meaning you don't have, if there's cars, if there's money, if there's opportunity, if there's people, if there's all those things externally, if it's not what's within you, then you're going to see what's within you and all those things, and that's what you're going to pull with it. So if you keep chasing what's outside of you, you might find it, you'll keep finding it, in fact, but you'll keep bringing yourself there. You'll keep bringing the filter or funnel, whatever you want to call it, you'll keep bringing that to every situation. If you bring that filter or funnel to every situation, it's going to filter and funnel the exact same way. So that's what you have to adjust. That's what you get to adjust. That's the whole process. It's the whole experience is discovering oneself, aligning with oneself, healing oneself, controlling oneself, building oneself, loving oneself. That's the whole journey. And the more you do it, the more fulfilled you get. Because you start putting within you as you are, and it's the good stuff. It's the forgiveness. It's the loving. It's the joy. It's the happiness. It's the carefreeness. It's the forgiveness. It's all of those things. So many people are not fulfilled within, and they want it, but then they look outside for it. If I just had that car. Man, if I had someone like you've got, it'd be so much better for me. If I had your job, if I made your money, if I had your bank account, if I had your looks, if I had this, it wouldn't matter because you'd have it and still be you. Now, it's easy to say, well, their circumstances were different. They grew up with good parents. They grew up in a good situation. They got the things that I needed. They got nurturing. They got love. They got support. They had opportunities. They had a path forward. I didn't have any of that. If I had their experience, I would be that. You don't know. I promise you that you don't know. I have got clients that have everything that you desire, every opportunity, every outlet, and they don't want to see tomorrow sometimes because it's an internal thing. And we're energetic beings. We're ever expansive. We're ever growing. We're ever evolving. So there is no same experience. There is no level playing field that we all play from. There's probably a close or an average. But the thing is about Earth and this experience we're having, because we don't remember before or after in it, we're just in it, is your worst day is your worst day. That's the reference point you have. So the worst day for somebody may not be comparable to someone else's worst day. So the range of what someone has to go through, deal with, or go through is different. So stop looking external for the solution. It's not there. Start looking internal. The path is always within. If you go within on a path, you'll find the way forward in front of you. Because you'll know what doesn't align with you. You'll put the barriers, you'll put the boundaries, you'll put the blocks that supply you with purpose, that protect you from disalignment. It's not easy. When you put a boundary up, people fight it. They don't fight it because of what you gained from a boundary. They fight it because of what they lose from your boundary. And this is anything. This is people. This is just any type of energy or frequency. When you put a boundary against it, it fights it because of what it loses, not because of what you gain. When you go internal and work on oneself, the external that loses your focus, it's going to fight you. It's going to want to get your attention back. It's going to want the drama. It's going to want the purpose. It's going to want the focus. And that's the resistance that you go through. But you put the boundary up and says, no, I'm focusing on me. I'm talking to me every morning. I'm listening to my soul every morning. I'm hearing my heart every morning. And then what it says, I'm trying to put boundaries up, and I do it every day as best I can, over and over and over, so it can breathe, so it can think, so it can process, so it can heal, so it can forgive, so it can live again. The more you start doing it, the more you'll find your new life. Something that I've said a lot in the podcast and just in life because it's become so relevant to me and I truly understand it. And that's what's so great about these sayings, because words are a creation on this earth, on this experience we're having, but they represent something. They're a frequency. They're a frequency. So when you say the word, you're emitting the frequency. When you hear the word, you're feeling the frequency. When you think the word, you're creating the frequency. These sentences, whether it's the world is not as it is as you are, your perception is your reception, all of them are frequency standards. Use them to your advantage. Speak well within yourself. Protect yourself from the frequencies that no longer align, and you will level up. You will find your expansion always internal. You will always find that next step within. You will always find the path forward within. You will always find the power within. That's what the whole world's trying to trick you of. If I convince you, or if something convinces you that the power is in the new car, the new job, the new president, the new whatever, that's where you'll put your energy. And then that becomes true because you're the creator of your experience. Why do you think the news talks about what it talks about? Why do you think movies show what they show? Why do you think politicians talk what they talk about? It's all to grab your attention. But if all those things said, hey, look at yourself, reflect within, heal your soul, do what's good for you, level up so that you can give that version away, the world would change. So this is your sign. This is your awakening. This is your purpose. This is your path. Go within. Be the person that's fulfilled within, because this world's a storm. Don't be the person that's fulfilled with the storm, looking externally for their fulfillment. That's what you want to give away. Giving away, and I'll use finances here, giving away $1 million is great. Giving it to someone in need, many things in need, helping them with that resource is amazing. But to all those people that goes to the help, if you're able to give yourself away, meaning they can emulate the things that generated the money, the peace, the happiness, the joy, whatever the experience, if you're able to give that version of you away, that's where true abundance comes from. That's why the path is always inward. When you go inward, that's the version you give away. If you have chaos within, you're giving chaos out. If you have peace within, you're giving peace out. The world is not as it is as you are. Take control, rise up, and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on the world, on your situation, on anything that you're going through. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, my Instagram and TikTok are down below as well. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you're someone that wants to make a shift, if you're ready to go into that next level, I still do have that one spot left. Now, this is for a specific individual that's an entrepreneur that wants to take the good that they're building within or want to build within and then push that through their business. Because again, it's not the money that's the impactful part. It's the you that's impactful. So if you've got your business is an extension of you. If we can help elevate you, take you to who you're supposed to be, who you know you're meant to be, who you're meant to operate as, so that you can give that to your team. You can give that to your employees. You can give that to your customers and truly expand. If that's you, again, I still have one spot left. It's for a very unique person. This is a high ticket program, so it is an investment. I always say that up front. But if you want more information, the easiest way, of course, is reaching out to me via Instagram or my email address down below. Both those are great. I appreciate everyone else that has reached out. I love talking to you. I love supporting you, and really just giving any positive perspective that I can. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.